Hello and welcome to Jazz After Dark, everybody. How you doing tonight? All is good. I hope you are doing well out there. I got a special one here for you tonight. This is the representative, and it is, to be fair, it's distilled in Indiana, and bottled in Kentucky. It's got a mash bill that's relative. It's a distant relative, so they say, to Weller's. And it won the best bourbon bourbon whiskey in the country here. What year was that there? I don't know, 2022 or so. It's really good. It is really, really good. I don't want to be geeky here, but I kind of want to say, like, wait till it gets really cold outside. Go sit outside and have one of these things. If you're lucky enough to have a jacuzzi and you see like the steam coming up from it, that's what I picture. And you can't do that here in Florida, but it's really good. I'll give you that. So very much interested in this one here. Give it like I would say I give it like a 85, really. It's a little bit soft. Maybe it feels a little bit young, but man, it's really good. Well, this will be a short one here tonight. I want to share with you something that just came out. It's actually a couple days ago. And I don't know how I feel about this. This is a tough one. It's financial related, but I kind of feel like I'm mad, like in a way. I don't know. I'm not trying to be like political about this or like, neutral. I'm not sure where I feel. So I'm going to lean on you guys for this one here. Senator Josh Hawley. I don't honestly know if he's a Republican or Democrat. I just saw this pop up. I couldn't tell you. I think he's a Republican, but he proposes this bill. Now, number one, kudos to him. This is the best bill I've ever seen in terms of eligibility to read it. So watch this. So you're reading through. Okay, page 2, and you're done. That's it. All right, it's that simple. Really simple bill that was proposed here. No fluff. We're getting right to the point. He decides we'd like to propose this bill, and we're going to call it an amendment to the Truth in Lending. If you're in that space, you know what I'm talking about. He says, I'd like to amend the Truth in Lending Act to cap credit card interest rates. I don't know where support-wise where he stands on this. And so all the blah, blah, blah stuff in here says, look, we're going to call it the Capping Credit Card Interest Rates Act. If you don't know, by the way, I love reading through these things when there's a bill proposed, even if it's not financial. I love reading through it because I learn the language that they use, and I learn when they're sort of pointing in one direction while referring to something in the other. So this one's really easy to decipher, but I find this stuff fascinating. Anyways, we get into section 2. Basically, we want a cap on credit card interest rates. Honestly, this could have been a one-page plan. It says we want to go to section 107 of the Truth in Lending Act, and we'd like to amend it just a little bit by having the following inserted. The annual percentage rate applicable to the extension of credit card credits obtained by the use of a credit card may not exceed 18 percentage points. And that is total, right? So with any yearly credit card fees, annual fees, things like that, it's got to be 18% or less. Any fees that are not, and basically this is the penalty. Any fees not considered finance charges under that may not be used to get around this rule here, and the total sum of such fees may not exceed the total amount of finance charges as assessed, 18%. That's what they're saying. And then we get into the third subparagraph here, and they're just saying, hey, if you break the rule, we're going to go back to this section here and penalize you based on this rule inside of the Truth in Lending Act. That's it. That was not so hard. We get what he wants to do, right? And you're like, okay, I understand this bill. 18%. You just want to say credit cards go 18%. Where I don't know if I'm mad or not about this is 18%, right? If I could be sort of like myself for a minute and not just talk facts and statistics and everything, do we need this is where I think I'm landing on this. Do we need the government to tell the credit card companies how much they can charge? Do we need to waste time on this, guys? Like, I feel like it's our job as a culture, whether you're white, black, Asian, of immigrant, you've come here from a different country and you're learning the language or whatever. It's our culture where we should be thinking about how we handle money. And I'm not even going to go as far as saying the schools should educate us on how to handle money. No, because you can Google anything you want. You know it. You're playing fantasy football right now, and you'll Google the stats of some guy that's on your fantasy football team, and you'll spend time on that. Well, you could just Google like how to be better with your personal finances. Like you find Dustin here on Jazz Wealth, but you could go and find that out. So it's not the school's fault. I think us as individuals now need to go, that's too much. 18%? Like, I get it that they're in the 20s and now pushing over 30% in terms of credit card interest rates out there. It's too much. It's on us. We don't need the government. The government should be focused on, hey, you guys have a bunch of debt. You now, literally, you know this. Right now, $1 trillion is purely the interest on our now newly $33 trillion in debt. And that's a separate discussion, but it's like, okay, we don't need you to tell us how to do this. We have to wake up and deal with this. We have to participate in all the free resources out there to let us learn how not to have 18% interest on our credit cards. We need the government to limit the credit card rate. Stop it. No, I don't think they need to limit the rate. It's on you. It's on me. It's on all of us to make a decision. I guess I'm sort of like a free market person here where I'm saying, if we all say no, we will not participate in 18, 20, 25, or 30%. I get it that some of you are stuck in that. We got to work on that. But if we choose not to participate in it, they have no choice but to become more competitive, right? Why do we need the government to tell us? So I think I'm a little upset by that. And I don't normally do videos like this, but I read it and I was like, how do I feel about that? No, it's not up to them. They shouldn't tell us that. And it's the same thing with like airline fares and stuff. If we don't like the rates, we don't pay the rates. They have to adjust. You guys that got all fired up about your Bud Light and your Kohl's and your Target and everything, and when you showed them, right? You stop buying Bud Light and they go, oh boy, right? I don't know where that landed. I haven't followed it, but you get what I'm saying there. Don't you think that some of this financial stuff, we don't need the government for it? Like, let's spend time learning how to do this ourselves. And I'm not saying that as any form of marketing here. I think I'm saying it because I'm kind of fired up that they wasted time putting together a 2-page bill. I don't think I like this guy very much. Am I wrong? And it's okay if you think I'm wrong, because I don't honestly know yet. I haven't found where my position is on this, and I'm not really sure how I feel about it. Let me know what you think. Should we cap it? And by the way, if we cap it at 18%, why not 16%? How did we come up with 18%? Like, quantify that decision for me. Why was it 18%? Did we run some numbers and figure out that if we do that, then the average family that is actually behind on their credit card debt could somehow find a way to get going and get back on track? Well, how is that if they have no personal finance experience at all? Same with student loans. Is the answer to just forgive student loans? I don't think so. I think the answer is really what the initial problem is. It's us borrowing the money. We just say, no, I'm not going to borrow the money. I'm not going to invest in my future. When investing involves me taking on debt, where else in the world do you use debt essentially to invest in your future? You can invest in, real estate or whatever it is. And I get that there's debt involved there. But college? I just feel like I'm a little upset by that one. And you guys know me, like I don't do this. This is not my game where I just start bashing things or nothing, but I kind of feel a little bit dirty about that. It just feels like the wrong bill to post. And I don't know. I could be easily persuaded on this one, but it just kind of feels wrong, doesn't it? A little bit? No? Yeah? I don't know. Let me know. The good news is I have some representative straight barrel proof whiskey here or bourbon whiskey that I'm going to enjoy. Let me know what you think. I'm genuinely interested. This is not marketing or anything. I just want to know like where we stand on that. I don't know. All right. Well, I'm going to wrap it up there. Enjoy. Thanks for watching.